Sometimes the body whispers before it screams. A little swelling in your ankles, foam in your urine, a sense that you're running to the bathroom more than usual. These can seem like small annoyances, but to a physician's trained eye, they can be early warning flares of something far more serious. Your kidneys quietly struggling. Most people don't know it, but about 1 in every 15 adults in the United States lives with proteinuria, a condition where excess protein leaks into the urine. Left unchecked, it can be the first crack in the foundation of kidney health, eventually leading to fatigue, swelling, heart trouble, even dialysis. Yet the choices we make at the dinner table can either protect kidney function or quietly chip away at it. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Vital Science for Seniors. Today we uncover 10 everyday foods that could be killing your kidneys. I often tell my patients that the kitchen can be either a sanctuary or a battlefield. Every bite you take can be a gentle friend to your kidneys, or it can be a stealthy villain, slowly wearing them down. Let me take you on a journey through 10 common foods that may look harmless, even comforting. But when you're dealing with proteinuria or aiming to protect kidney function, these foods can work against you in surprising ways. The first culprit is sodium. Salt, the tiny white crystals that make food taste lively, can also act like sandpaper on the kidneys. Imagine your kidneys as a pair of delicate sieves. When you pile on too much sodium, from processed meats, canned soups, salty snacks, or fast food, it's like pouring a rough grit through those sieves over and over. The filters wear down, pressure rises, and protein starts to slip through, showing up in the urine. I remember one patient, Alice, a 72-year-old grandmother who loved her pickles and potato chips. She told me, "Doctor, I never thought a few snacks could hurt." But her blood pressure crept higher and her protein levels followed. When she swapped chips for unsalted nuts and started seasoning her soups with herbs instead of salt, her kidneys finally caught a break, and her swelling improved within weeks. Science backs her story. A 2023 study showed that high sodium intake is strongly tied to proteinuria and faster kidney decline. Next comes red meat and processed meats. They often anchor the dinner plate, but for weakened kidneys, they can be like asking a tired worker to pull double shifts every day. Protein from beef, lamb, pork, hot dogs, or salami breaks down into waste products like urea and creatinine, which the kidneys must clear. If you already have high creatinine, loading up on these meats is like piling more boxes on a collapsing shelf. The kidneys strain, filter more blood than usual, and slowly wear out. A 2020 study confirmed this cycle. Too much protein can cause an initial bump in kidney filtration, but over time, the damage compounds and proteinuria worsens. When my patient Jorge switched from steak-heavy dinners to skinless poultry and fish like salmon, he didn't feel deprived. Instead, he felt lighter, and his lab work told the same story: steadier kidney function and lower urinary protein. Phosphorus-rich foods are another hidden threat. Phosphorus doesn't taste salty, so it often slips under the radar. Dark sodas, processed cheeses, and baked goods with phosphate additives all carry a heavy load. Healthy kidneys flush out extra phosphorus, but struggling ones can't keep up. The extra phosphorus then pulls calcium from your bones, making them fragile, while depositing calcium in your blood vessels and heart, turning them stiff and dangerous. Think of it as cement slowly hardening in the wrong places. A 2022 study found that reducing phosphorus intake directly lowered urinary protein in patients with proteinuria, proof that the diet for kidney disease must look closely at phosphorus. Swapping out a cola for sparkling water with a twist of lemon, or choosing ricotta instead of processed cheese, are small but powerful steps that keep bones stronger and arteries clearer. Fried foods, though comforting, come with a heavy toll. Picture a plate of French fries, golden and crisp. The crunch is satisfying, but underneath lies a mixture of unhealthy fats and sodium that fuels inflammation and raises blood pressure. Inflammation is like a slow fire inside the kidneys, scarring their fragile filters. One of my patients, Margaret, who loved fried chicken sundaes with her church friends, was devastated to hear her proteinuria worsening. I suggested she try baking or air frying instead. She later told me with a smile, "Doctor, I still get my crispy chicken, but I don't feel bloated anymore." By turning frying into roasting or grilling, she not only gave her kidneys a chance to heal, but also supported her heart. Sugar may be sweet to the tongue, but bitter to the kidneys. High sugar intake leads to insulin resistance and diabetes, two of the biggest villains behind kidney damage. When blood sugar runs high, the tiny vessels in the kidneys narrow and clog, starving the filters of oxygen. This damage allows albumin, a protein that should stay in the blood, to leak into the urine. Over time, proteinuria worsens and kidney disease deepens. Sugary cereals, candies, pastries, and sodas are prime offenders. Instead, fruits like apples and berries, or infused water with herbs, give sweetness without the spike. One woman I recall, Elaine, would drink 3 cans of soda a day. After I explained that each can was like pouring syrup onto fragile kidney filters, she cut back and started carrying fruit-infused water. Within months, her blood sugar stabilized and her proteinuria improved. Dairy products can also be tricky. Whole milk, cheese, cream, and butter are rich in nutrients, but can overload the kidneys with protein, phosphorus, and potassium. When the kidneys falter, phosphorus builds up in the blood, calcium leaches from bones, and potassium can rise to dangerous levels, affecting the heart. A patient once joked to me, "Doctor, you're telling me my cheese is plotting against me?" I replied gently, "It's not the cheese itself, but the burden it places on tired kidneys." Luckily, there are delicious alternatives: almond, oat, or coconut milk, and low-fat yogurt in moderation. These options nourish without overloading. Alcohol is another subtle saboteur. Many believe a glass of wine is harmless, but alcohol dehydrates the body and forces kidneys to filter harder. It's like running a marathon without water. The body struggles and damage sets in. Excessive alcohol can worsen proteinuria by straining the filters and disturbing sleep, which is crucial for kidney repair. I encourage patients to enjoy alternatives like sparkling water with a splash of fruit juice or calming herbal teas. These hydrate and soothe, helping the body heal rather than harm. Foods high in purines, like organ meats, sardines, anchovies, or shellfish, can also add fuel to the fire. When purines break down, uric acid rises, leading to gout and kidney stones. Imagine tiny shards of glass forming inside the kidneys, painful and destructive. A low purine diet with lean chicken, eggs, or mild fish like cod or tilapia can lower this risk dramatically. For seniors especially, this choice prevents flare-ups that sap mobility and independence. Highly processed and instant foods, like frozen dinners, instant noodles, and packaged snacks, promise convenience but deliver hidden dangers. Loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and additives, they stress kidneys relentlessly. A 2023 study following over 14,000 adults found that people who consume more ultra-processed foods had a 24% higher risk of developing chronic kidney disease. Imagine choosing between a microwave meal that chips away at your health or a simple home-cooked dish that protects it. Patients who embraced whole grains, fresh vegetables, and meal prepping often told me not only did their kidneys thank them, but their energy returned. Finally, caffeine in excess can quietly sabotage progress. A morning cup of coffee can be a comfort, but 3 or more cups or energy drinks raise blood pressure and stress the kidneys. The delicate filters then start leaking protein, signaling damage. Moderation is key. 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day, or switching to decaf or herbal teas, keeps the ritual without the risk. One man, Peter, swore by his 5 cups a day until his proteinuria worsened. When he cut back to 2 and added green tea, his labs steadied and he felt calmer. These 10 foods, each in their own way, can act like hidden saboteurs against your kidneys. Yet the beauty of this knowledge is that every choice you make can turn them from enemies into allies. By swapping, moderating, and finding joy in healthier alternatives, you not only protect your kidneys, but reclaim energy, independence, and peace of mind. There's something profoundly simple yet powerful about water. For the kidneys, plain water is like a gentle river that washes away the grit of the day. Staying hydrated is one of the most important and overlooked habits to protect kidney health. But it's not just about drinking more. It's about drinking wisely. Sugary sodas and flavored coffees do little to help. Instead, they add to the strain. Small amounts of restricted foods may still be safe, depending on your overall condition. But the key word is moderation. Think of it as balancing a seesaw. Too much of one thing tips the whole system. And always walk this journey with a trusted healthcare provider. Guidance tailored to your lab results, your medications, and your lifestyle makes the difference between guesswork and real protection. Your kidneys deserve nothing less than this thoughtful care. Your kidneys are quiet companions, working day and night without fanfare, filtering every drop of blood nearly 50 times a day. They don't ask for praise, but they do ask for protection. The foods we've uncovered today may seem ordinary, even comforting, but for someone living with proteinuria or high creatinine, they can act like hidden thieves, stealing health one meal at a time. The good news is that you hold the power to turn the tide. By choosing a diet for kidney disease that favors low potassium foods, fresh cooking, and gentle hydration, you give your kidneys a chance to heal and you give yourself the gift of energy, independence, and joy. Remember, change is possible at any age. I've seen men and women in their 70s and 80s reclaim their health with small, steady steps. And you can too.